Hi, beautiful human. How are you? It's good to see you. Welcome to our practice for today. And today we're going to do a centering practice. And we can center while seated, lying down, standing up. So just feel for the way in which you'd like to center today. And then as you get your answer, let's move into that position. So whatever position you've chosen as the one in which to practice centering today, keep your eyes open and let your attention drop down into sensation. So you might notice, what's the first sensation that called my attention? And perhaps you notice places where there's pressure in your body. You might notice there's a request happening inside your body, like stretching, wiggling the legs, shaking the arms, maybe jumping up and down for a bit, just to bring some aliveness into the body. And anything to really invite yourself even more fully down into your body. And perhaps you notice temperatures. Perhaps you can even notice if there's a temperature difference between your right hand and your left hand. Perhaps you can even feel for the temperature that's happening down at the palms of your feet. And what's the quality of your breath? And we're not looking to change anything, we're just becoming present to what is. We center to become more present, open, connected, and on purpose. So it's all about noticing, and then noticing even how do you be with all that's right here, and how do you do that? And there might be places where you're like, oh, there's that old niggle, and we can actually feel some resistance to what is. But how can we keep just being curious with what's there, and just to welcome all of them, all of that is here. So we know that we center into 4 dimensions. We center into our length, our width, and our depth. And the last dimension is the purpose. So we'll start with centering now into our length, and that is our vertical line. So vertical line is our dignity. So let your attention drop down into your feet. And as you do that, can you feel for the floor beneath you? Coming to relationship with the ground beneath your feet. Maybe you want to wiggle your feet a little bit. Feel for any texture or temperature happening at the bottom of your feet. And then also for the gravity. If you're seated, you can also be feeling for this at your tailbone, the places where you're in contact with the chair that's holding you. And then from this place, we're gonna lengthen up through the structure of your body. So we have this amazingly designed skeletal structure that is here to have us be upright organisms. So let's travel up through our legs. Feel whatever position your knees are, and just invite some softness. Just soften them a little bit. Feel for your hips and and you might line your hips over your ankles. And then feel for a sense of lengthening up through your spine, as if you could lengthen and create more space between your vertebrae. So lengthening up through your spine, and then as we reach your collarbones, feel for it, lengthening your collarbones out to the sides, and maybe you even want to explore manually tucking your shoulder blades into the back pockets, and then perhaps just letting your arm bones hang long, finding length there, and then lengthening up through your neck, and then bring your attention all the way to the top of your head. Yeah, feel for sensation at the top of your head. Feel for the temperature of the air. And then you might even lengthen up beyond the top of your head a little bit more. And so feel for these sensations of lengthening up. And on your next natural exhalation, invite all of that, and invite all of the organs and tissues to rest down onto this structure. So we're coming into relationship with gravity. And you might check to see if you can relax your eyes a little bit more. Relax your jaw. Resting down in and coming down to the belly. Letting your organs rest down in. Feel for the big muscles on your legs. And is there a way to let them rest onto the bone even more? And then all the way down again to your feet. And then feel for your relationship with gravity right now. This force that's always holding us. Can you let yourself be held by gravity? Even if it's like 2% more. And then how is that for you? So we're making a study of dignity here inside of our vertical line. And what does dignity mean to you? We hold that dignity is our innate value. So we come into the world with dignity and the right to be dignified. So can you feel for your own dignity today? Is there a sensation or a mood or even a narrative inside of you that has you able to connect with your own dignity, your own innate value? And then as you continue to explore here, imagine someone else in their own dignity. You can imagine me facing you, holding my own dignity, and then just notice what that produces in you. Great. So let's enter into our width. So we're carrying all of that centered vertical line. We're carrying our dignity forward with us. And now we're going to center into this dimension of width. So side to side. So feel for a deep center line inside of you. And then lean slightly out to your right side. So bring your weight onto your right foot, so that you can feel sensation come online, and then feel for all the way out to the edges on your right side. As you could kind of press into the air there and bring your whole awareness there. And then slowly shift over and really feel yourself in as you go. And then shift over to the left side. And then feel for your left edges. You can also bring your arm out if that helps. Your left arm, obviously. And then as you're ready, come on back to center. And you might feel for equal balance on your feet, right to left. And then let's actually reach your arms out just to feel for what it might be like to extend our width out beyond the edges of your body, out to the distance of the tips of your fingers. Width is the domain of relational space. So it's the place where we let others in, but we also let others out. And as you're ready to let your arms float down, let that happen, but keep yourself wide. And feel for this inquiry of how is it to take up this amount of space? Is it familiar? Is it unfamiliar? Do you have a history of holding yourself back, taking less space than you would want to? And see how that is true for your body. So how do you widen yourself out and extend out? And then notice what happens inside of you as you do that. So just noticing, and then keeping each of those dimensions that we centered into so far, keeping that with us and bringing that forward as we now center into our depth. So depth is back body, front body, everything in between. And as forward-seeing organisms, we spend a lot of time having our attention pointing forward, right? So our steering wheels are in front of us, our keyboards are in front of us. So let your attention actually rest now at the back, into your back body, and let sensation be the place that can call you in there. What sensation can you connect with in your back body? The back of your neck, the back of your head, the sensation of clothing where it's touching your back, your calves, your glutes. And as you land into your back body, engage your imagination and let yourself be curious about what's behind you. The path that you walked up until now is what is at your back. Experiences, competencies built, all of that's there at our back, as well as the people that have your back. So who has your back? And let your imagination place them there behind you. And notice what that produces in you. And then letting all of that in through your back body, let yourself make the journey from your back body through the depth that you hold within and meet that line where you're going to come into your front body and become present to sensation in your front body. Maybe you'll notice the beating of your heart or your belly, your breath. Maybe you'll notice the temperature of the air at your face, And then let your attention move forward beyond the surface of your skin into the space in front of you. Yeah, what's in front of us is really our future, where we're going to. And it's the place where we can extend our attention and energy towards what we care about. And let's take our hand and place it on your lower belly. Like if you hook your thumb into your belly button and let your palm fall to your belly. This is your center. This is your physical center of gravity. And just be curious about the sensation there of making contact with your center. And let that be an invitation to drop you down into your center of gravity. And maybe bring to heart and mind someone or something or a place that you care about, and bring them into focus with detail, like smells, images, the detail, the texture. And then notice what that brings inside of you in sensation or mood or narrative. So just noticing how is it to connect with what you care about and the sensations that your body communicates through. And if you're currently working with a declaration, then go ahead and speak your declaration and let that organize you. Otherwise, if you don't have a declaration yet, you can just keep thinking about what's important for you. Right. And as we come to close this centering practice, what's your mood now? How do you feel? And how do you know that? How do you know? How does your soma knows that you're feeling this way? And it might be super easy to feel your mood today, and that's great. Or it might be harder, so you can't really define how you're feeling now, and that's great too. We welcome all of that. So our centering practice has ended. I hope it allowed you to be more present and open to what is. It was wonderful to have you practice with me today, and bye for now.